We freaking made it. We are currently in Greyhound, Kansas at the SRCA drag strip, and we're in line to tech the CrayZ. We made it. This has been 2 days of traveling to get here. Hours and hours. How many miles? It's probably over 1,000 miles driven to get here.
From Idaho through Montana and South Dakota and Nebraska, and now we're in Kansas.
Yes. So that was a big stretch, and we are so now we can say we've been to Rocky Mountain Raceweek.
Yeah, we made it
here.
there.
We're in Raceweek right now.
Oh man, it is hot.
It is so brutally hot. Today, this track is going to be the hottest track next to, how do you say it?
Kearney.
Nebraska. And then it might cool down a few degrees on the other tracks, but we're just excited to be here. I can't believe we're here.
It was supposed to be like a 24-hour drive here, and it turned into, I don't know, probably 30.
We had some tire delays.
Yeah, few delays, but we did get to stop and see our friend Colby in South Dakota, so that was awesome. But we're just sitting here. We're a few cars back in tech. The Cletus crew, Freedom Factory crew.
Cletus is up there.
Did you see Sam getting out of the yellow Corvette?
Yeah, so Sam got out of the yellow Corvette. There's Buenos Dias. And Cletus is right there. So we're in the expedited line because we did an online virtual tech for the trailer. So we don't have to do that, which is nice.
Yeah, all of our, we did a virtual tech showing that all of our lights worked. Sorry, getting lost here. What else did you show?
We showed that all the headlights, blinkers, trailer lights worked, that I had a driver's license, that we had insurance on the car. Basically all of the driver and trailer tech before
Street
we
legal
got
portion.
Here. Yes. So now this is just going to be for the NHRA that we're safe to go down the drag strip, which we should be good.
Hopefully. Yeah.
I'm not worried. I think we got it.
Okay.
So we'll take you guys around today, and I'll try to get these videos out really fast as I can, but this is going to get exciting. This is 10 days. And after we tech, right before we start racing, the truck and trailer that we towed the CrayZ here on has to get put into impound for the next 10 days. For the next week.
Next week or so.
Week.
Yeah.
So
We're going to make sure we have everything loaded in the car.
Yep.
And ready to put like 1,000 miles on the car with a trailer behind it.
Should be exciting.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
All right. Let's get started.
We're going to go get teched and drink some water.
Just fell in love. Check out this Hummer rat rod. Alright, we got the car and the trailer all packed, ready to go, everything out of our tow pickup. So now it's time to go put this in impound. You ready?
Didn't be able to use this after 10 minutes from now.
We can't put anything in it, we can't come back to it, or anything. So
that's what we have here.
It's not nerve-wracking at all. We got this. We got this.
We still have to fit our luggage at the hotel, so
yeah, we gotta
strap that to the hood.
We'll get creative. All right.
Okay.
How's that AC?
It looks really
It
good.
is
Once again, folks, once we get a little bit of space here,
101. It's hot.
plate number 1, then I'm going to bring cars down. Be ready to go.
We just left the racetrack to get fueled up. We didn't have time this morning, so now that we're all teched, we'll get some fuels and then get ready to race. And food. We need fuel for us. We're hungry. So hungry. Got all the stickers on. These are all the required ones for race week.
They're sponsors of the
All
event.
the sponsors of the event, and then our car sponsors are mixed in. We just don't have a lot of window room on this car. There's some more up here. And then the Wicked Chick is actually something they did this year for the lady drivers. So really excited to be a part of that. And the big R is for rookies because we have never done this before. And we are number 170 in the stick shift class. Pretty cool.
Burnout, just drive around the water. Just go to the left side of the water and go around it if you don't want, because you don't want to drive through it and not do a burnout.
Yeah.
Your tires will be wet. So.
I haven't practiced any yet, so I might just go to the left.
Okay.
Okay.
Just take it easy. You'll be alright. It'll grab.
Alright.
Left lane to GTO. Longest time I could have had. My first time slip. Okay, real fast time, guys. So 1576. If you know drag racing, that's a really, really long time. But for me, like, it was just getting down the drag strip. I was so nervous and totally shaky, watching the other guy in my side lane and trying not to mess up. So this is a win for me. I am so happy with a 5.76. We didn't mess anything up too terrible. High miles per hour was 82. So I didn't go into 100 yet, which I could have. I was kind of nervous. I'm still getting used to the steering. Once you start going real fast, getting used to that electric steering. I don't know if we should shut it off, but I'm excited. That was so cool. And the other guy that I was racing against, I went and apologized in case I messed him up, because I don't know how to drag race yet. But he seemed it was his first quarter mile ever. He's an 8th mile guy, so he was pretty excited.
Well, Autumn just made her first pass. I couldn't hear how fast she went. They also announced her as somebody else. But she should be coming down the return side here, I would think. There she is. It's still driving.
I didn't mess up too bad.
You made a pass.
I got a time.
What was it?
1576.
Nice.
Here, you want to hop in?
Sure. We came out to take a couple pictures out at the end of the drag strip on the return road. But LS George ended up way down there for some reason.
He was supposed to pull the cars come out. You can see him. So we're wondering if he like went through the grass.
I don't know. I don't know if there's another road down there.
Weird. Alright, so this is that first pass. Looking at it in the Terminator X software, which is the Holley that's basically controlling everything. So the car's brain. So I can see exactly what I was doing in the car, even though I don't remember, because it's quite a blur after getting out of a race. So unfortunately we can't see that bog in the beginning. You may have noticed the car bogged down really, really hard off of the launch, and we aren't sure exactly what's happening there yet. So the green lines are the throttle position. So that's how much I'm pushing my throttle pedal down. So if I click here, I'm at 98%, which is good for about half of the race. I actually, around the 8th mile, I got a little nervous and let off the pedal. I felt like I was going really, really fast, and so I let off, and you can see where I would let off and get back into it, let off and get back into it, but I was still only like 50% throttle. So I need to work on that on the next one, staying in the throttle all the way down now that I'm a little bit braver. And then the other thing we're going to try and work on is the shifting point. So when you're driving your car down the road, you're around, 3,000 maybe for shifting, but on the drag strip it should be way up here around 6,500. So this red line is the RPM of the engine. So I was shifting, the first shift was around 3,700 RPM. The second shift was around 4,100. That was a little better. Oof, this one was around 3,500 too. And then I shifted into fourth and got scared. So on this next pass, I'll try shifting way up here and we'll not let off the throttle. And we'll see if we can record. We're gonna change some settings in the Terminator to start recording before I launch, so we can see what's going on in the beginning here. So let's see how this goes.
It's all good stuff, but first,
Love you.
the right lane.
Number 2.
I did what you said.
You went a lot faster, I think. I don't know.
I red lit.
Did it give you a time?
He said he didn't have my slip. I feel like I would still have a slip, wouldn't I?
I don't know.
I'll ask Jason.
Okay.
I was way higher. I want to see the data log. You're helping.
Okay.
All right, so on this second pass, as you can tell from the video, I got a little bit rattled on the starting line. The guy next to me started to build boost really early before I had gotten both my bulbs lit. So then I got in a hurry to get up to where I needed to be and actually rolled a little bit too far forward. And so that's called red lighting, red lit, which means I wasn't gonna get a time. So then I got in a hurry and did something that I wasn't supposed to do, but it ended up being the right thing to do. Going into this, Nick and I were talking about leaving around 3,500 to 4,000 RPM because we didn't want to shock the entire drivetrain with a lot of RPM when I dropped the clutch. This is actually, we think, what was causing the bog, because on this pass, I got really excited to leave the line after I was already late, had already red lit. And so my throttle spiked, you can see here on the red line, to around 4,800 RPM. So that's a lot more than what we had talked about. The green line, I punched back into the throttle as I was dropping the clutch. And so this RPM was around 4,200 RPM. And so what we noticed here is instead of the RPMs dropping really, really low, causing a really bad bog from the starting line, they only dropped to 2,500 or 2,300 RPM. So this was a much smoother takeoff. This is where we started to wonder if we did need some higher RPMs because it looked a lot better at the launch. Now the rest of the race was a little bit, you know, so I got a little bit more into the throttle, a little bit more consistent. I was still on and off a little bit, still a little bit nervous getting a feel for the track, but I did hold it at around 94% on most of my spikes. But we also noticed that looking at the RPMs, I was shifting around 6,200. Let's see, this one was 6,100, and this one was only 5,400. And I didn't have to hold fourth very long before I had to let off for the quarter. So maybe we only need to hold third through the finish line with the gearing that we have. So in the next race, I will try not to grab fourth and we'll just hold third through the finish line and see what happens. But I think that'll be it for Great Bend. We're gonna try and preserve the car and make it to the next race.
Watch some racing. We appreciate y'all so much.
That's right.
A little downtime. Oh, look, we're back.
So you got 2 passes in today.
Yes,
That was quick.
and I'm really happy with them.
Swap back over to street mode. Got the other tires back on. Trailers all packed up.
Go check out what the
Oh,
Raceworks
we need to put
guys
tools
have
away.
over at their tent.
They were.
Check all that stuff out. Central
Hook up the
Speed
trailer.
Supply's got their stuff out there.
Go to our hotel.
We're back to racing. That
And
was quick,
then
15
Relax.
minutes. Hopefully we're going to
we
get
drive
everyone
tomorrow
in.
morning to
We're gonna
another
do everything
racetrack.
we can.
So
Again, you guys got to be quick. You got to be tight. You got to have your